Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. And today is Thanksgiving. I'm a little bit hoarse. I've had some upper respiratory and lower respiratory issues. So pardon my voice, but I wanted to hop on here on Thanksgiving and just give something lighthearted, talk about something maybe funny, just something to kind of not have to think about, don't have to be serious about. So the topic I wanted to bring up today was funny things that patients have said or done. So one of the first things that comes to mind, and by the way, I'm Kat. This is Second Act Kat RN, and I tell stories about starting a new career as an older nurse, changing careers, but also we talk about, on this channel, I talk about just general nursing topics as well. So we kind of intersperse those with all the other serious stuff. So one of the things I wanted to bring up that I thought was hilarious on a shift where I worked, I was on the assisted living shift or assisted living hall, and I was working a 12-hour shift, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So this patient I had, I've known her for many, many, many years. Probably, my daughter is in her late 30s, so it would have been beyond that, before my daughter was even born. So this lady was a kind of like a well-known name in town, and her husband had passed from some issues with dementia, and then she developed dementia as well. So she was the sweetest, sweetest lady. But one day she came out of her room down the hall, and she kind of shuffled a little bit. And we had a CNA that was a travel CNA. So she didn't know this patient at all. Anyway, the patient had come out of her room and came up to the med cart where I was. And the CNA saw something hanging out of the bottom of her pants leg, this patient's pants leg. And she reached down to pull it, and she just kept pulling and pulling, and it was another pair of pants. This patient had stuffed some clothing down her pants. Just, she was confused. She had dementia, so she didn't really know what she was doing. So this CNA ended up pulling that other pair of pants out, but then another piece of fabric came out. So she pulled that one and kept pulling, and eventually we ended up pulling out probably 6 other items of clothing from this woman's pants leg. And we were just standing there cracking up, and this patient had no idea why. She just couldn't comprehend or make sense of what was going on. So anyway, we had a really good laugh about that. And, I felt sorry for this patient because she was having issues and just couldn't quite comprehend things. So, but I loved her dearly, and she eventually passed away. But the second thing that I thought was really funny, I was working on an assisted living unit, and there was a cut-through hall to another unit. So as it was the evening, almost time for shift change, and a lady with a walker that I didn't know, she was from a different unit, was coming down towards the assisted living unit, and I kind of intercepted because she needed to go back down to her hall. So as I walked up to her, she had her walker, and I was just chatting to try to find out who she was and kind of get a feel for if she was confused or not. And I said, let's go on back to your hall. This is not where you live. So as I proceeded to turn around and assist her to walk down the hall, she got a little irritated and thought I was going to hurt her. So she picked up her walker and she started hitting my leg with her walker. It was so funny. Bless her little heart. She was confused. She didn't know me from Adam, and she thought I was trying to hurt her. But several other people were standing nearby, and we got a good kick out of that. So anyway, I hope everybody has a really wonderful Thanksgiving and you get to spend it with family and friends. I just wanted to pop on and give you a little bit of humor for the day, because I know everybody's busy cooking and visiting with friends. So if this can bring you any happiness or a smile on your face, or remembering stories that you may have, things that you may have seen that were funny on your unit, please drop a message below in the comments and let me know what kind of things that you have seen that were funny or just kind of humorous. So I will see you on the next video. Have a great Thanksgiving.